What's going on, people? Sneakerheadville here, and finally, the long-awaited arrival, for me at least, to be able to make a review on the Nike Roshe runs. I've been wearing Roshe runs for a couple of months, and when I think I came to a conclusion on one thing, I'd find another problem with that one thing. So after wearing them for a couple months, I think I finally come to a conclusion on what the Roshe runs are like. So stick around for that, guys. Alright guys, so here it is, my final conclusion on the Nike Roshe runs. Pretty much, when I first started wearing the Roshe runs, uh, the wave uh, sole inside kind of irritated my foot, kind of gave me a weird feeling. It always made me feel like my foot was moving around inside. Um, so that irritated me at first, but I mean, then I started wearing them a while, and my foot started to conform inside, and then they started to actually feel pretty good. Um, Another problem was the midsole, keeping those clean. I mean, keeping the midsole on the Roshe run it's so hard. I mean, some people just give up on cleaning it. I don't do that. I mean, I like to make sure they at least look nice. Like, not every stain or scuff mark has to be off of them, but at least make it look nice. I mean, that's just, mm-mm. I mean, some people just give up. Their shoe starts to look all nasty, but that's why I at least clean mine once in a while. So yeah. Another problem was the laces. You know, everybody talks about. Everybody always just tucks theirs inside. That didn't work for me because Worship run large, and I mean I've got a pretty big foot, but I mean they just ran large, and it made me feel really uncomfortable. So when I was tucking in those laces, and the tongue was slowly just spreading everything apart, and everything was getting really loose, it didn't feel comfortable. So eventually I started tying, and yeah, and it made my foot still slid in nice just because of how large they run, and my foot was still comfortable. So, and another problem was the traction. I mean, I was I couldn't even stop. Like I was running in the gym one time. I mean, I couldn't even stop myself, and I just slid and I hit the ground. I mean, the traction was so bad, but after a while, it eventually started to work. I mean, it just started catching everything. I mean, I don't know why, but it just started catching everything, especially up here near where your toes are. I mean, that just started catching everything. One thing, like probably the most important thing I hate about the Roshes is the mesh. It's so comfortable, but it's not that. I mean, it's pretty durable, but it gets dirty so easy. I mean, the biggest thing with the Roshe is how dirty it gets. I mean, so many so many times I'd get paint from like not even being around paint. It would just get on here, or what looked like paint. I don't know what it was, but and then like sometimes I'd be at school and paint would get on it and it would still be wet. So I'd like get it with a paper towel and then I get some water and I wipe it off. And usually it comes off of shoes, but with the Roshis it didn't. So I had to go home, remove my sole, remove my laces, put it in the washer, go through all this time waiting for my Roshi run to get clean when it was simply just a small little paint stain. Um, but in conclusion, the Roshi run, if I had to rate it out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 4 just because of all the negatives it has. But it is a very comfortable shoe, and it's a really good running shoe. I mean, I've run a couple times in it, in mile runs and stuff like that. I mean, it's a really nice running shoe. Of course, it has run in the name, so it's going to be a good running shoe. The mesh does not do good for me on the track though. Um, it kind of just my foot just feels like it's going to break out of the mesh while I'm running because when I run the turns, my foot spreads this way, and it feels like my foot's just going to slide out of the mesh, put a huge hole in the side of it. But yeah, 4 stars for the Roshi runs, and that is my final conclusion of it after wearing them for maybe 3, 4 months. That is my final conclusion. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.